Flying high, the science of flight. Flying is like magic, but it's also science. Let's learn some cool things about how airplanes and birds fly. Wings and air. Birds and airplanes have special wings that help them fly. When air flows over their wings, it creates lift, which pushes them up into the sky. Going up. To go up, airplanes and birds tilt their wings upwards. This helps them catch more air and lift higher into the sky. Coming down. When it's time to come down, airplanes and birds tilt their wings downwards. This helps them glide smoothly back to the ground. Flapping and soaring. Birds flap their wings to fly, while airplanes use engines and propellers. But both use the same principles of aerodynamics to soar through the air. Flying is a wonderful adventure that shows us how amazing science can be. So let's spread our wings and soar like birds in the sky. The science of sound, exploring how we hear. The science of sound is all about how we hear things around us. Let's explore some cool facts about sound. Vibrating waves. Sound travels in waves, like ripples in water. When something makes a noise, it sends vibrations through the air to our ears. How we hear. Our ears are like special machines that catch sound waves. Inside our ears, tiny hairs and nerves turn these vibrations into signals that our brain understands as sound. Loud and soft. Sound can be loud or soft, depending on how big the vibrations are. A drum makes a loud sound because it vibrates a lot, while a whisper is soft because it vibrates less. Pitch perfect. Sound also has pitch, which is how high or low it sounds. A high-pitched sound, like a bird chirping, has fast vibrations, while a low-pitched sound, like a big drum, has slow vibrations. By understanding the science of sound, we can appreciate the music, voices, and noises all around us. So let's keep listening, learning, and exploring the fascinating world of sound.
Snooze Science, exploring the power of sleep and rest. Welcome to Snooze Science. Are you ready to learn about the amazing power of sleep and rest? Let's dive into the world of snoozing in a fun and simple way. Dreamland Adventures. When we sleep, our bodies and brains take a magical journey to dreamland. Dreams help our brains process the day's events and recharge for a new day of fun and learning. Repair and restore. While we sleep, our bodies work hard to repair muscles, grow, and heal. It's like giving our bodies a superhero boost to keep us strong and healthy. Brain boost. Sleep is like a superhero for our brains too. It helps us concentrate, remember things better, and stay focused during the day. So, getting enough sleep is super important for doing our best at school, sports, and play. Happy and healthy. Sleep is essential for our emotional well-being too. When we're rested, we feel happier, less stressed, and more ready to take on the world with a smile. By understanding the magic of sleep and making rest a priority, we can unlock our full potential and enjoy every day to the fullest. So let's embrace the power of snooze science and drift off into dreamland for a night of sweet dreams and restful sleep.
Fun with science. Making a homemade volcano. Have you ever wanted to see a volcano erupt right in your own home? Well, now you can with a simple experiment using things you might already have in your kitchen. Here's what you need: a bottle or a jar, baking soda, vinegar, red food coloring, optional, but it makes the eruption look cool. Here's what to do. First, ask an adult to help you set up your experiment area. Put some newspaper or a tray under your bottle or jar to catch any spills. Now take your bottle or jar and place it on the newspaper or tray. Next, add some baking soda into the bottle or jar. You can use a spoon to do this. If you want your volcano to look extra special, add a few drops of red food coloring to the baking soda. It will make the eruption look like lava. Now for the exciting part. Pour some vinegar into the bottle or jar. Watch closely as the vinegar reacts with the baking soda. It will fizz and bubble up, just like a real volcano erupting. And there you have it, your very own homemade volcano. You can try experimenting with different amounts of baking soda and vinegar to see how big you can make your eruption. Just remember to have fun and be safe.
Earthquakes, exploring the shaky world beneath our feet. Have you ever felt the ground shake beneath your feet? That's called an earthquake. Earthquakes are like giant rumbles that happen deep underground. But why do earthquakes happen? Well, deep beneath the Earth's surface, there are big pieces of rock called tectonic plates. These plates are always moving, but sometimes they get stuck. When the plates suddenly break free, it causes a lot of energy to be released. This energy travels through the Earth and makes the ground shake, causing an earthquake. Earthquakes can happen anywhere in the world, but they're most common along the edges of tectonic plates. This is where the plates meet and sometimes collide or slide past each other. During an earthquake, buildings can shake and things might fall over. It can be scary, but there are ways to stay safe, like ducking under a sturdy table or staying away from windows. Animals can sometimes sense earthquakes before they happen. They might act strangely or try to find a safe place to hide. Scientists study these animal behaviors to learn more about earthquakes and how to predict them. Understanding earthquakes is important for keeping people and buildings safe. Scientists use special tools to measure earthquakes and warn people when they might happen. So, the next time you feel the ground shake, remember that you're experiencing the powerful forces of nature deep beneath our feet. It's the shaky world of earthquakes.
Magnetic Magic: Exploring the Power of Magnets. Have you ever played with a magnet? They're pretty cool because they have a special power called magnetism. Magnetism is a force that pulls certain materials towards it. Magnets have two ends called poles, a north pole and a south pole. When you bring the north pole of one magnet close to the south pole of another magnet, they attract each other. But if you try to bring two north poles or two south poles together, they push away. This is called repulsion. Magnets can attract certain metals like iron, nickel, and cobalt. That's why they stick to things like fridge doors and metal toys. But magnets aren't just for sticking things together. They also have other cool powers. For example, magnets can make compasses point north. That's because the needle inside a compass is magnetized and aligns itself with Earth's magnetic field. Magnets are used in lots of things we use every day, like electric motors, speakers, and even credit cards. They help make our technology work. Scientists are always learning more about magnets and how they work. They even study things called magnetic fields, which are invisible areas around magnets where their power is strongest. So, the next time you play with a magnet, remember that you're exploring the magical world of magnetism. A force that's full of surprises and powers.
Weather Wonders: Exploring the science of rain, snow, and thunderstorms. Did you know? The weather around us is always changing, and there's a lot of science behind it. Let's dive into the fascinating world of weather patterns and learn about some cool phenomena like rain, snow, and thunderstorms. First up, Rain. Raindrops form when tiny droplets of water in the clouds come together and get heavy enough to fall to the ground. Rain is essential for plants to grow and keeps our rivers and lakes full of water. Next, let's talk about snow. Snowflakes are like tiny ice crystals that form in the clouds when the air is very cold. When enough snowflakes come together, they create a beautiful blanket of snow on the ground. Snow is not only fun to play in, but also important for helping plants and animals survive during the cold winter months. And who doesn't love a good thunderstorm? Thunderstorms happen when warm, moist air rises high into the sky and meets cooler air. This collision creates lightning and thunder, along with heavy rain and sometimes even hail. Thunderstorms can be powerful and exciting to watch, but it's essential to stay safe indoors when they happen. Understanding weather patterns helps us prepare for different types of weather and stay safe when they occur. Scientists use special tools like weather satellites and radar to study weather patterns and make forecasts to predict what the weather will be like. So the next time you see raindrops falling from the sky or snowflakes dancing in the air, remember the science behind these amazing weather phenomena. It's all part of the fascinating world of weather patterns.
Sun Secrets: Exploring the Solar Eclipse. Did you know? Sometimes the moon moves between the sun and the earth, creating a special event called a solar eclipse. Let's learn more about this incredible phenomenon. During a solar eclipse, the moon covers the sun, casting a shadow on the earth. This makes it look like the sun is disappearing, leaving behind a dark circle in the sky. Solar eclipses are like amazing shows in the daytime sky. They don't happen every month, but when they do, they're worth watching. You can see the sun turn into a crescent shape as the moon moves in front of it. It's important to remember never to look directly at the sun during a solar eclipse without special glasses or filters. Looking at the sun without protection can hurt your eyes. Scientists study solar eclipses to learn more about the sun and how it affects our planet. They can also help us understand more about space and our place in the universe. So, the next time you hear about a solar eclipse happening, be sure to watch safely and enjoy the wonder of this amazing celestial event. It's like a special dance between the sun, the moon, and the earth.
Sink or float. Fun with science. Did you ever wonder why some things sink in water and others float? It's all about science. Let's find out more about this fun experiment. When we put things in water, like toys or fruits, they can either sink down to the bottom or float on the surface. The reason behind this is something called density. Density is how much stuff is packed into an object. If something is heavy and has a lot of stuff packed into it, it will sink. But if something is light and has less stuff packed into it, it will float. For example, a rock is heavy and dense, so it sinks in water. But a plastic bottle is light and less dense, so it floats. Even big ships can float because they're designed to spread out their weight over a large area. You can try this experiment at home. Just gather different objects, like a coin, a piece of wood, and a rubber ball. Then, put them in a bowl of water and see which ones sink and which ones float. It's a fun way to learn about density and discover why things behave the way they do in water. So the next time you're at the pool or by a lake, remember the science behind sink or float. It's all about density.
Blast off. Make a baking soda and vinegar rocket. Are you ready to launch into a space adventure right in your backyard? Let's make a mini rocket using simple ingredients you can find at home. Here's what you'll need: a film canister with a tight-fitting lid, baking soda, vinegar. Here's how to make your rocket. First, find a safe outdoor space to launch your rocket. Make sure there's plenty of room to run around and watch your rocket soar. Second, open the lid of the film canister and put a small amount of baking soda inside. You don't need too much, just a pinch will do. Third, now pour some vinegar into the film canister. Be careful not to spill any. Fourth, quickly snap the lid onto the film canister and place it upside down on the ground, lid side down. Fifth, stand back and get ready for liftoff. As the vinegar reacts with the baking soda, it creates gas that builds up pressure inside the canister. Soon, your rocket will shoot up into the sky like a real spaceship. It's a simple but exciting way to explore science and learn about chemical reactions. So, gather your materials and get ready to blast off into the cosmos with your homemade rocket.